Secrets layered upon secrets kind of seems to be the theme for episode 5. I kind of would say this is almost like a filler episode because it has a lot that doesn't necessarily move the plot forward, but I think it could also be a stage setting episode for the next one if the next one proves to be like a spicy episode with lots of things going on. We'll see. We did get some answers. Well, kind of answers to a few things, but I don't want to spoil it before the fold. So here's your one and only warning. I will be spoiling everything because we're discussing the whole episode here. So if you haven't watched it yet, pause, go away, come back. You'll be good to go. You've had your warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The first theme I want to touch on is Max's character with his squire because they are genuinely kind of sharing some sort of bonding moment alongside the head that they have and they're taking along with them. And eventually, in this celebratory phase, Thaddeus is like, "Can you brand Titus on me?" And Maximus is like, maybe, but then he feels guilty about it afterwards. And he decides that he's going to basically come clean about the fact that he's not actually Titus. Unfortunately, Thaddeus is like, "Yeah, I'm going to rat you out." They have a fight. He crushes his foot. And then Thaddeus grabs a key out of his pack and inserts it into the back of the suit of armor and pulls the fusion core out, locking Max in place, and just freezing him there where he can't get out. And he takes the head and runs off. So Max is stuck inside this armor with no oxygen supply, like no water and everything else. It's looking pretty grim, but Lucy does show up eventually, and thanks to her because it looks like he's about to become food for the rad roaches when she shows up and shoots them off of him. And basically they have this moment where she's like, I would love to save you, but I just don't know if I can trust anybody. I've had a really rough week. She starts vomiting, and he's like, I can, you've got radiation sickness. I've got meds in my suit. I can help you out. So they bond a little bit more. They decide that, Lucy kind of proposes this idea that, you need the head. I'll help you find it. In exchange, you as a knight of the Brotherhood are going to recruit some knights to help me and you to go rescue my father. And he's on the fence because he doesn't want to lie to her anymore, or he doesn't appear that he wants to lie to her anymore. But he doesn't really have a choice because she's not giving him a choice. Now, the main storyline for me, my takeaway from this episode is what's going on with Norm. This has been like at the core of everything going on with the storyline of Vault Tech and who set off the nukes and what are all these vaults. I started playing Fallout 4 today, Vault 111. I think I saw one of the casts saying there was 122 vaults. I don't know if that's actually the correct number, but there's a lot of vaults. And here we've got 31, 32, 33 in this triangle of whatever it is. So Norm continues to do some digging, and it's essentially, Norm and Chet know some things about Vault 32 now. Norm wants more. He wants to know more. He wants to see the gate to Vault 31, and they end up finding some more bodies at the entrance of people who are trying to get in, and on the wall they wrote, "We know what's in there," into Vault 31. They make their way back home to Vault 33, tell Betty that, we were digging potatoes. She doesn't buy anything off, so, she suspects that they were up to no good. And then we get to the actual vote for the new overseer, and it looks like Betty is going to win, the old lady. Now, this is leading into the essence of Norm's research, finding out that all of the elected Vault overseers for the past 200 years have been residents of Vault 31, including his own father, and Betty somehow wins with a landslide 98% majority vote, adding to the list of people who have only ever been recruited to overseer from Vault 31. He's suspicious. No one else seems to care. So it's like they have this even phrase where it's like, when things look glum, vote for somebody from Vault 31. Um, Norm continues to try to convince Chet. Chet doesn't really want to do anything anymore, um, because his newfound wife, who is this lady who's decided to call him, she thinks he's her new husband. She's like a surrogate husband. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, she's also from 31, and when Norma asks her what makes 31 so different, and she's like, it must be the mashed potatoes. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Um, Lucy and Maximus eventually arrive at the Shady Sands Hospital, which we know the name of. I do remember. I think it was Fallout 1 or Fallout 2. Where I can't. It's been so long ago since I played those games, but I do remember Shady Sands. The interesting thing here is Lucy finds out, at this point, the whole purpose of her vault was Reclamation Day, coming up and helping people on the surface survive. And here's this town that had 30 plus thousand residents, and she's like, but they lived here after the bombs went off, and he's like, Max is like, yeah, I mean, life went on. So everything that she's known about the vault seems to have been turned on its head, and so she's kind of stressing about the fact that this isn't um, what she thought it was going to be. They go into this hospital there looking for supplies because Max got shot, and in this there was I kind of skipped over it. It was sort of a non-important plot point other than they get to the hospital, but they have a little bit of a shootout with some guys on a bridge, and Max takes a bullet, and they got to get to the hospital. It's late. And patch him up. But when they get there, a chute goes down. There's, Lucy disappears, gas, and then they wake up in a bed at the end of it, and they're looking out of a window, and they see like vault residents going by, and Lucy's all happy. She says, "Look, we're in a vault." I don't know, man. I don't know. Then on top of all of this, suddenly the newly elected overseer Betty says that, "Hey guys, we're gonna go over to Vault 32, and we're gonna start repopulating." And she takes them over there, and it's all been cleaned up. All the bodies are gone. Everything's been repainted. It looks like a brand new, fresh vault. And now Norm and Chet too are both in shock. And Norm in particular is extremely sus about everything. Is not. There's something suspicious going on. And he even tells Norm. Norm even tells Betty, he's like, "You did a nice job cleaning up." So I just think that things are going to continue to deteriorate between them two. But Norm actually confronts her and says, "Hey, what happened to my mom's Pip-Boy?" And Betty's like, "Oh, I buried it with your mother. I put it there myself." But yeah, obviously there's a conspiracy at play here. Can't figure it out. So thinking about the fact that Lucy and Max are in a vault, and we didn't see anything about the ghoul this episode. But we've got Norm with what's going on back there, unfolding things about Vault Tech, and then we have Lucy and Max on the road. And if they are in a new vault, what vault are they in, and why are they there? Lots to uncover here, more to see. I expect next week's episode will be a banger, so I can't wait to see it. Love to hear your thoughts. Drop them down below. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And I'll be continuing to do daily episodes as this show unfolds. Till next time, stay safe and happy watching, everybody.